Hello YouTube, I'm the Magnifical, and today I'm going to be doing a thing that I've been thinking about a while now. It's called rating random Reddits. I think the explanation is kind of in the title right there. Basically I'm going to look at Reddit, find some subreddits, show them to you guys, and then rate them based on how much I enjoy them. So today's one, it's going to be r/unpopular opinion, and let's get into it. Sean has checked here. A lot of these, while the subreddit is called unpopular opinion, as you can see by the top voted one, a lot of these are popular thoughts, such as plastic bottled water in first world countries should be banned. Yes, they're bad for the environment. Should they be banned though? That's a bit extreme, so we're just gonna skip past that one. Okay. The second highest one is orange juice with pulp is better than orange juice without pulp. That's up for debate. If you're into that whole, chewy taste, then sure, go for it. Gonna skip that one. Uh, Banning plastic straws will have no effect on saving the environment. Just found out today that the New York City is not planning, playing to ban plastic straws, which I'm sure translates to a tax on all plastic straws instead, and I can't stand behind it. I find it hilarious that people that go ahead and buy a metal straw will stick it in their plastic Starbucks cup and say, I'm making a difference. So basically what I'm getting out of this is fuck Starbucks. Okay. I agree. Communism should be treated the same way as Nazism and fascism, as unacceptable. I don't think communism and Nazism, same level there. So, disagree. Young single mothers are not inspirational. Okay, let's see what she has to say about that. And by young, I mean 18 or younger. They got themselves knocked up at a young age and chose to keep the baby. Well, obviously, there are cases of rape, and then choosing to keep the baby I think is inspirational and stuff. At the same time though, if it's because of unprotected sex, I can see where this person is coming from. Regardless though, it is still brave to keep the baby and stuff and then raise it as your own. That does take a lot of effort, especially if you're 18 or younger. Banana Laffy Taffy is the only flavor of Laffy Taffy worth eating. Voted 81% unpopular. All the other flavors suck. Enough said. Okay. Um, if you get triggered when someone says thoughts and prayers, you've gone off the deep end and need to find perspective in your life. You know what? I kind of agree with that. Like, or when people say Merry Christmas and you don't celebrate that. It's the thought. It isn't like just be happy with it, I guess. Okay. Oh boy. You can't deny that Africans were just as much a part of slavery as the Europeans. Voted 66% unpopular. Let's read this one. Think about it. Not all slaves were stolen. Many were sold by their own people, by which I mean their own continent's people. So before you cry racism, you should remember that both ethnicities, white and black, were just as much a part of slavery as the other. Oh God. Okay. Well, for starters, their slavery was actually very different compared to the slavery that was in America. Their slavery was done usually by people that were from opposing tribes that they had defeated. It wasn't based on race. It wasn't always lifetime, and it didn't affect your children, and it wasn't as harsh as it is here. So I don't think those two are on the same level there. Thankfully 66% agree, but you know what, it is unpopular opinion, so go for it. Soft towels suck. I want a rough dry towel on my skin. Fuck your fabric softener. I want my towels pulled right off a clothesline, feeling like sandpaper on my damn skin. It feels like you're actually drying water and not just smearing it all over your skin. Again, I say fuck your soft towels. um okay. We need to treat alcohol with the same energy we treat all other drugs. All other drugs. No. It is perfectly fine to slash own real swords and other unusual weapons. Uh, you know, I know these days get a bad rep thanks to fedora wearing crowd with subs like our mall ninja shit devoted to mocking them, but I think this is undeserved. Well, I think it's kind of pointless to own a sword. You're not going to be using it for combat, so I think the shit talking is well deserved. Okay. Now we're in the end game here. Okay, I did top of all time. And I can see we're starting out strong here. Eating cereal with water is better than milk. 73.1 thousand upvotes. I am a true believer that cereal with water is better. The taste of milk conflicts with the taste of cereal, whereas water does not. Well, you know what? You're gross, okay? So that's enough said there. Reddit not covering the Sri Lanka bombings the same way it covered the New Zealand shootings is dirty politics. I don't know enough about either of those two things to, say anything about it. Amy Schumer is a self-confessed rapist and thus deserves to be in jail. Um, I don't feel like going into that. I don't like Amy Schumer. I don't think she's a good comedian. I don't think she's funny. Her jokes consist of, "Oh, I have sex," and I'm gonna say vagina a lot. Oh God, the host says, "So you raped a guy at 11:12," and Amy replies, "Yeah, I know. When I tell the story, I say that I let a cab driver. Okay, I don't want to know anything about Amy Schumer here. Being a single dad with half custody is just as hard as being a single mom, but I don't have a rally cry of support behind me. Yes, that's true. And raising a kid is hard regardless of your gender, especially if you have to do it alone. I definitely think single dads deserve more recognition. It's just as hard. Can I just say we don't live in a world where everyone gets offended at all the time? We live in a world where the very small minority are given a voice by the media because reporting that no one got offended isn't news. The best thing we could possibly do is just ignore them. Yes, I do agree, and especially with today's social media, they are given an outlet where their stupidity is just voiced to millions of people, and then we see them as a majority. But I do feel like that minority is a lot bigger than very small, as said here. I'm all for being kinky, but certain kinks are just a mental illness, masquerading as being sexually adventurous. Okay, let's read this. I'm interested. Like, if you like to be called daddy in bed, it's a bit Freudian, weird maybe, but I don't know. I don't mind, If you want to be tied up, be tied up. Have hot wax poured on your titties or snow cork off a dude's dong. I don't mind at all. But if you actually dress up as a baby and shit your diaper and get your rocks off to this, or pretend to be an animal and get off on fucking animals or babies, even if they just pretend to be animals or pretend to be babies, then it goes beyond a normal fetish and into the realm of mental illness. Calling someone out for basically being into pedophilia or bestiality and hiding it as a fetish or kink that should be understood and respected isn't kink shaming. It's just being concerned citizen and perfectly fine. Well, pedophilia is illegal, so that is not understood. Child porn is very, very illegal. Um, I don't think this is bestiality, though. They're just dressing up. I believe that's called a furry, and they are not accepted anywhere. Going to skip that one. In a lot of children's shows like Peppa Pig, the father are consistently portrayed as bumbling idiots and the mothers as awesome heroines saving the day, and it sends a very wrong message to little kids. Well, I don't watch Peppa the Pig because I'm not 3 years old. I did watch The Amazing World of Gumball when I was younger, and yes, that was basically the plot of the parents and stuff. Was the dad was this idiot that had to rely on the mom, and the mom was this super cat, I guess, in her situation, and she was basically the super mom where she did everything. So I can definitely see where that comes across. Kids under the age of 12 shouldn't have access to the internet. They have no reason to access the internet. They will find information that will destroy their innocence. They will start being influenced by dickheads on the internet, Jake Paul, which will lead to a bunch of other problems. I disagree with that. There is reason to access the internet, so they can look up stuff. It's maybe restricted access would be better, but not no access. So that's voted 75% unpopular. I can see why. Cardi B drugging and robbing men makes her a predator. Yes, that's all I have to say about that. We get it. Females are empowered. I've got a son and a daughter, and every time I go to shop for clothes, I see girls' shirts with slogans like "The future is female" and "Future president." Girls run the world. Boys, you get superheroes and monster trucks. Commercials seem to focus more on girls taking on typically boy-oriented activities. It gets pretty damn old. Girls are girls get all these awesome, uplifting, powerful messages that you can do, accomplish anything. Little boys, not so much. Even calling someone bossy is frowned upon. I got corrected by a nosy woman for telling my daughter she was being too bossy with her brother. As someone with a little sister, yes, I can see why, people would want to, do see these like little slogans and stuff, because they do want to feel special, because a lot of times in society, women, feel kind of rejected and oppressed and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with making them want to feel better about it, and make them not want to feel alone. Going to as far as someone saying calling someone bossy is frowned upon, I disagree. My little sister, like I said, she's very bossy, you know but once again, she's a little kid, but it's your child. Raise them as you want. 90% of the time, strong female characters in films aren't actually strong, but just major assholes. Yeah, Brie Larson. Thanking God for something a human clearly did is a massive insult to that person. In some cases, yes, like I can understand, like if you just had a surgery and then you're thanking God afterwards, how it could be, the guy might feel, or woman might feel a little, unappreciated, but wouldn't say it's a massive insult. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna, stop the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to do more of these in the future. So please like and subscribe to the video. Leave comments if you have any ideas of Reddit I should do. Well, thank you. That'll be all. Okay, before I go, I'm gonna quickly rate this. I would say it's a 6 out of 10. While it is entertaining, not all of these are unpopular opinion. As you can see by the ratings, a lot of them are kind of popular. Maybe a bit more controversial opinions were there. Like I said, I do hope to make more of these in the futures. So like and subscribe, I guess, all that. Hit that bell button. And thank you.